Warning, this video is not for kids. If you are above the age of 13, you are okay. If you are below the age of 13, please consult a parent before watching this video. Are we cool? If you're good, then proceed. If not, please turn away now. Thank you. In my name, I wrote the name of the test, and in subject, I wrote my name, and I am confused, and I'm tired, and I'm exhausted, and I'm kind of more confused, a little happy, a little angry, and I think it would help if you knew why. So, as we all know, there's the whole COPPA thing. We're going after all of the content creators, because we went after YouTube and all of that. I don't know where I stand on this right now, because I keep finding stuff that kind of is helping me look at COPPA with a little more like, okay, maybe you're not evil. You're still evil, because you still want to screw people over, but you're kind of trying to help them at the same time. I found an article. It was written on November 22nd of this year, 2019. And it basically is kind of a guideline, kind of what they can tell us about like how to help us as creators figure out what's going on. And it's not bad, because it's definitely like it's needed. It's really, really needed. And well, I mean, that's great, that they're trying to help. And it definitely, one thing it does point out for me is a little bit of what it makes me ask, what the fuck is with YouTube? Yes, I just cursed there. You've never probably really heard me curse on my channel before. This whole video, I don't give a fuck. You can come at me, YouTube, for this, because as it stands right now, this is my way of saying, but all right, let's just get to the actual thing, because it's so, basically, this is from what I heard. I don't know if this is true. I cannot really find anything. I know a lot of people have been talking about it, stuff like that. Apparently, or allegedly, we were supposed to get 3 options when it came to uploading. Like, when you go to upload, like, you now have to do the whole, yes, this is for kids, or no, this is not. Problem with that is pretty vague. It leaves a lot of wiggle room for pretty much everybody's stuff. Mark it as for kids because it contains things that YouTube's like, well, yeah, that's for kids. That's why we have this. You're like, well, based on the FTC and YouTube, this is for kids. I have to market as such, so I don't get in trouble. Or, well, this is not for kids. And there's that big gray area of, well, it's not for kids, but I mean, it's just kind of for anybody to watch. It's not edgy, and it's not too kid friendly. Like most of us, most people I watch on YouTube have that kind of they're inside that area. Some are a little bit more edgy or some are a little more kid friendly, but they're all in there. Well, doesn't fucking matter. You better figure out which side you're on with each video, or your channel as a whole, if that's what you're doing. I have mine personally set to, I will review it for every video, because most of my videos are not going to be for kids. But I don't want to have to, like, upload and then go back and fix it. I'd rather just upload it and, just kind of deal with it. So, yeah, it's great. Yeah, so in my channel setting, I'm holding everything for review. So every time I upload a video, every single video that I've uploaded, I've had to make the decision. The But for the most part, I'm kind of leaving it be for now. I kind of try it out. Like, the only videos right now that I can see being an issue in a month would be the Nerf Wars, because, you know, at the first few, I had two people under the age of 13. Now we have one left. But they just had their birthday. Wasn't like their birthday was in like February or anything, you know. So when now that being said, those Nerf War videos, all these old ones where someone is basically under the age of 13, those are gonna probably have to stay as for kids, because they contain a child actor that is, you know, a child, and I don't want to mess around with the whole, well, he's not anymore. Well, yeah, he was at the time of recording, but not anymore. But I don't want to deal with that. Once they're all 13 and up, I don't care. I'll mark it as for adults, and YouTube will probably still have a problem with it. Because I'm at the point where this is YouTube's problem now. Because, like, I'm not saying the FTC is perfect. You know, they kind of want to go after content creators. I mean, they got their money from YouTube. YouTube said, we're sorry. But now, you know, they're like, hey, we can make some more off these people, which really they probably can't, because a lot of us can't afford the upwards of $42,530 fine. Personally, I can't. That's the thing, is like, I don't exactly think that's gonna be. I think the fine is gonna come in somewhere between, you know, smaller amount and that, 42,000, over 42,000. And I'd almost say it depends on the severity, stuff like that. I'm not sure. And that's the thing, I'm no law expert. I don't really, you know, I look at it and I kind of go, okay, here's what I pick up from it. And so, but yeah, there's the whole issue, you know, the whole fine thing. I can't pay it. If it is the whole $42,530, there's no way in hell I can pay that shit. And you know, I'd have to ask my parents or family. Say, hey, I apparently didn't follow the law of the government, despite the fact that it's not my fault. Can you help me? You know, Christmas just happened. They're not giving me money. You know, yeah, by the time I were to get in trouble, Christmas has been past. My birthday's not until November. So basically, I'm stuck. Yeah, I don't make enough to handle that. Yeah, I have a job outside of this. I'm going to school. So I should get back to my homework, but I literally cannot get this out of my head. I need to show you what I'm talking about. This is the video, or the article I'm talking about. Seems pretty good, right? It seems like it's something that we should have. Sorry. And it's like, children, is your content directed to children? And they literally go in here. Oh, there we go. That's just the action. It talks about, hey, here's why this is happening. And it's the same. It's information we already know. YouTube collected personal information from children, and COPPA said that's wrong because it's in violation of it. So yeah, we screwed them over. The purpose of the requirement is to make sure. All right. To settle the case, YouTube and Google agreed to create mechanisms so that channels can designate when the videos they upload to YouTube are, to use the word to COPPA, directed to children. The purpose of this requirement is to make sure that both YouTube channel owners are complying with the law. So basically, they're saying both YouTube and channel owners. And my big issue is the fact that we're stuck in this because, generally speaking, we're not doing anything wrong. I'm not collecting information on Timmy. I don't even get little Timmy's search history, all right? I don't know anything about him other than the fact that he watched my video. I don't even know if he did, you know. You know, that's kind of up in the air, basically. It's like, oh, yeah, Timmy watched your video. I don't remember him. Who's Timmy? So, COPPA recap. How COPPA applies to channel owners. COPPA applies in the same way it would if the channel owner had its own website or app. So basically, if a channel owner uploads content to a platform like YouTube, channel might meet the definition of a website or online service covered by COPPA, depending on the nature of the content and the information collected. Well, I'll tell you this now. I'm not a website. I don't really sell anything. I don't do much. I just kind of exist. But, okay. If the content is directed to children and if the channel owner or someone on its behalf collects personal information from viewers of that content, the channel is covered by COPPA. Okay, well, I don't collect information. I don't know when YouTube gives me my stats, they don't even give me everything, So it's not like I have complete control over little Timmy watching this stuff. Once COPPA applies, the operator must provide notice, obtain verifiable parental consent, and meet COPPA's other requirements. And the next one's really important. How channel owners can determine if their content is directed to children. Under COPPA, there's no one-size-fits-all answer about what makes a site directed to children, but we can offer some guidance. To be clear, your content isn't considered directed to children just because some children may see it. However, if your intended audience is kids under 13, you're covered by COPPA and have to honor the rules as requirements. The rule, it's in capital. I guess I need to look that up. Why is it the rule? Like, that's literally what it says. But whatever. The rule sets out additional factors the FTC will consider in determining whether your content is child-directed. And they have a whole list. And we've seen this is basically a list we've seen before, but I'm going to repeat it because it's worth repeating. The subject matter. Visual content. The use of animated characters or child-oriented activities and incentives. The kind of music or other audio content. The age of models. The presence of child celebrities or celebrities who appeal to children. Language or other characteristics of the site. Whether advertising that promotes or appears on the site is directed to children and competent and reliable empirical evidence about the age of the audience. Subject matter. Is it for kids? I mean, and they'll go into more detail because off of that list, if you read that list by itself, half of that shit you probably wouldn't even get, The use of anime characters. I'm sorry. Goodbye, animation. It was nice knowing you. Gonna suck. I was really, really, really enjoying things like Hell of a Boss and all of these animation projects. The kind of music or other audio content. So when they say kind of music, I'm basically just going to assume all music because kids will listen to anything. Except maybe classical music. So I guess we're all going to be listening to, like, Beethoven. Beethoven's Ninth or something stupid like that, Like, here, let's get that up and rolling because... I just want Beethoven. Oh. I don't even know how to spell Beethoven. Look, I went to school. I graduated high school. No, I don't need to do this shit anymore, okay? Well, that's all hard. Okay, we'll just listen to Beethoven here. It's an ad. That's stupid. So while we're getting the music up and rolling, because we have to have music, but we can't have kids' music. Anything a kid would like, that's just totally unacceptable. How dare I make a kid watch? How dare I make you watch this video? All right. There we go. We have music now. So. The age of models. Okay, this one I can understand. Because if there's a kid model, it's kind of like, okay, that's for kids because that kid can relate to the kids. Probably better than I can relate to little Timmy, you know? 7-year-old Timmy. I was 7 too many years ago. I don't even think I can count like that anymore. It was 12 years ago. Look, I'm not 7 anymore, but if I had a 7-year-old and they were in my video, and that 7-year-old watched, little Timmy watched, it's like, hey, I can do that, or I can be like them. Or, whoa, I like this now because there's someone my age. I mean, that's the thing is when you see someone your age or kind of in that kind of group as you immediately start to kind of get involved in what they're doing, because that's just how we are, So, yeah. The presence of child celebrities or celebrities who appeal to children, I mean, I think we all like the same celebrities, just for different reasons. Kids like celebrities because they're in their favorite movies. We like celebrities because we want to know when their life goes wrong. I don't know. Language or other characteristics of the site. Okay, this is where I've seen a lot of the things like cool or duh. And I am so sorry, YouTube. I just said it. My apologies. I'm so sorry. Long story short, we can't talk like the kids talk. We have to talk like we are from, like, England. Like, old English, We have to just, we can't let them know what we're saying. Because if they did, they might watch it and like it, and oh fucking God, that is not okay. And the last one. Whether advertising that promotes or appears on the site is directed to children. And competent and reliable empirical evidence about the age of the audience. Basically, this is targeted ads. That's YouTube's problem. I have no control because right now I don't get ads on my face. I have nothing, But those of you who do, well, YouTube just needs to stop targeted ads. Here's my thing. I don't know how targeted ads get on, like, TV. But when I watch the TV, I could go to 5 different channels and within a time frame get the exact same commercial for something. For a car, or a store. A store that exists not just, like, down the street from me or anything, Like, store, worldwide stores. You just get those same kind of ads. Sometimes a lot of them. Especially with Christmas coming around, they're all going to be the same. No, it's always the same ad. Not like, oh, they're all, like, the same because they're all about Christmas. No, it's always the same one fucking ad. Every commercial break. But you see what I'm talking. Like, go watch TV if you still do that. Because, like, I don't have, like, Netflix or Disney Plus or anything. I just watch TV sometimes. But seriously, watch TV and you'll just see, just random kind of commercials. You'll just see commercials. I mean, sometimes there are ones that are kind of based off of, like, where you live, the state you're in, stuff like that. But for the most part, they're just ads. Walmart, Target, freaking gas stations. Okay. Especially as we get to the holidays, gas station commercials are going to be popular. Because what are people going to do? They're going to be traveling. So yeah, you're going to see that kind of stuff. And a lot of times it has nothing to do with me or anybody else in the household. They don't care. Because it's just it's an ad. It's basic paying to have that show on. There's all that stuff. YouTube can do the same kind of fucking thing. Just go, all right, who wants to advertise on this? Okay, great. We'll just kind of send it out there. Kind of throw it blindly. If it doesn't reach a target, oh well. For kids. For on YouTube main though, if it's not for kids, you can have your targeted ads. It's just the select videos. So, I don't know. Guess we'll just keep reading. The determination of whether content is child-directed will be clearer in some contexts than in others. But we can share some general rules of thumb. First, unless you're affirmatively targeting kids, there are many subject matter categories where you don't have to worry about COPPA. For example, if your videos are about traditionally adult activities like employment, finances, politics, home ownership, home improvement, or travel, you're probably not covered unless your content is geared towards kids. All right, kids, we're going to be talking 401ks today. What the fuck is a 401k? All right, kids, I'm going to teach you something that you didn't learn in high school, how to pay bills. I'm just kidding. I don't know how to pay bills either because I didn't fucking learn it in school. I mean, you can kind of see what we're talking about here. Employment, yeah. Home ownership. Hey kids, here's how to run the house. Here's how to It's a big book. Look at that. Hazardous materials for first responders. It's a lovely, lovely read. Anyway, secondly, just because your video has bright colors or animated characters doesn't mean you're automatically covered by COPPA. Ooh. While many animated shows are directed to kids, the FTC recognizes that there can be animated programming that appeals to everyone. Can they put and adults? Because I'm pretty sure not everyone's gonna watch Hell of a Boss. I mean, there's like a select group of people who are gonna watch that. It's actually pretty good and trending. But I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, there's stuff like that. Great piece of work, by the way. I love it. I've watched it like 20 times the day it came out. No, but in all seriousness, it's kind of this. This is what I was kind of thinking about when I was coming to make this. Was basically the FTC says, hey, we get it. Not everything's for kids. Not everything's for adults either. But at the same time, they're like, oh, yeah, you know, you have to know what you're doing. You know? And, oh, yeah, your examples of things that aren't for kids include finance and home ownership and, you know, things that you do think of an adult when you do it, but you're pretty sure that even adults don't want to hear about it. Okay? Ooh, this section's long. That's longer. All right, so third. The complaint in the YouTube case offers some examples of channels that the FTC considered to be directed to children. For example, many content creators explicitly said in the About section of their YouTube channel that their intended audience was children under 13. Well, okay. In all fairness, that is kind of screwed up then. And it's like, but in their defense, a little bit, just a little bit, that's YouTube's fault because YouTube allowed those kids on. But yeah, okay, that's wrong. I get it. COPPA's like, hey, you're trying to appeal to children. Don't do it. All right, whatever. Other channels made similar statements in communications with YouTube. In addition, many of the channels feature popular animated children's programs or show kids playing with toys or participating in other child-oriented activities. So we're talking like Toys and Colors, if that's what they're called. Ryan's Toy Review or whatever. Shit like that. Yeah, those are definitely for kids. They're playing with toys. And then the adults playing with toys, okay, that's, I mean, I still play with Legos, I'll just do it off camera. You didn't hear anything, YouTube, you didn't hear anything. Some of the channel owners also enabled settings that made their content appear when users search for the names of popular toys or animated characters. Want to see the FTC's analysis and context? Read. Nah, I don't want to read that. But I'm pretty sure it's important. Maybe another time. Finally, if you've applied those factors listed in the COPPA rule and still wonder if your content is directed to children, it might help to consider how others do your content and content similar to yours. Has your channel been reviewed on sites that evaluate content for kids? I don't think people really know it exists. That's the fun part. Is your channel or channels like yours mentioned in blogs for parents of young children or in media articles about child-directed content? Okay, on the first one, on sites that evaluate content for kids, for me, in my mind, I think of online babysitting where people would say, hey, here's a list of channels you can have your kid watch when you don't feel like parenting. That one. He talks about what the fuck is background on. Timmy will be fine. I feel bad for anyone actually named Timmy because I am beating up on them right now. They're just my example. And I am so sorry if your name actually is Timmy. But you're just the first thing that comes to my mind. Have you surveyed your users? Or is there other empirical evidence about the age of your audience? I mean, not really. YouTube doesn't tell me. That's the thing too. YouTube doesn't tell me how old my audience is. I just kind of have to guess. And for the most part, I don't think it's kids. Oh, here it is. Here it is. What are possible penalties for violating COPPA? Better hold on to your horses for this one. The rule allows for civil penalties up to $42,530 per violation. So there it is. There is hard, cold. There it is. I mean, people were talking about the number, and some people talked about inflation. Some people talked about... Because I don't remember where it came from. But right fucking there, it says it. And then there's a but. And it says, but the FTC considers a number of factors in determining the appropriate amount, including a company's financial condition and the impact a penalty could have on its ability to stay in business. So, if I ran a business, they want to keep me in business. They just want to kind of like tell it's basic punishment for doing something wrong. Okay, that's fair. It says, while Google and YouTube paid $170 million, they're almost bragging about it at this point. Like, hey guys, we just kind of got Google to pay us like a lot of money. It's like one of those pop-up ads you see, like, you know, like, I got the I just got Google to pay me $170 million. Want to know how I did it? Click here to find out. And then they say in another COPPA case, they settled this year, the operator paid a total civil penalty of $35,000. I'm just going to go on the record and say I still can't afford that. So, isn't the FTC taking another look at the COPPA rule? Yes, the FTC is currently evaluating the rule in light of rapid changes in technology. If you would like to comment on the effectiveness of the COPPA rule and whether changes are needed, the FTC has extended the deadline to December 9th. So basically, if you know, there's, you know, if you think this is unfair, go ahead. You should definitely like leave a remark, because I mean that's the thing is I feel like they just don't quite get all the technology yet, kind of understand who's using the internet exactly. Like they're on the right track when you kind of read through this. They're kind of like yeah, but they're still off, still way off. Though what I want to see is an option from YouTube where I can say, no, this isn't meant for kids, you know. Or yes, this includes kids content, but it's not. Trust me, it's not for kids. You know. I really want to think of animators, toy reviewers, you know, people who were like, yeah, I mean, we like stuff that kids will like. But we're not too big on being for kids. So, yeah. Alright, I'm going to get back to work. So, thanks for listening to me rant for however long I did this.